Welcome to Decipher Sociology. We are bringing a new answer writing program for those candidates who will be appearing in 2025. This will be the last daily answer writing program in sociology. We bring before you a few details, but before that, we would like to discuss about sociology in civil services examination. If you have seen that it is one of the most popular subjects in the civil services examination, what makes sociology a popular optional? The first point that we look for is what is the overlapping with the GS subject. In many papers like literature, we find that there is very little overlapping with GS. Sometimes even in science optionals also, the overlapping with general studies papers is very less, which is why many candidates they opt for those optionals which can help them in their general studies preparation. Sociology is one such optional. Another point in its favor is that there is plenty of study material available, plenty of guidance available, and you will also find peer groups when you want to study by self-study. This is one optional which can easily be completed by self-study. For those aspirants who want to complete the study of this optional by themselves, they are free to do so because sociology deals with those issues that we have been studying, we are aware of since childhood. We see many issues related to society, related to unemployment, poverty, health, maternal health as well as infant health, then sex ratio, elderly, many issues we have found that they were very common during our childhood. Even in schools, colleges, we could find those subjects of study in our day-to-day discussions. We saw them also in our families, in our neighborhoods, in our communities. That is why sociology is a popular optional among students who belong to all kinds of disciplines. They could be from humanities, they could have had a degree in sociology, but we also see that it is popular among those students who come from a science background, perhaps from engineering or medical background or law. So there is a variety of aspirants which choose sociology. Now when we look at sociology preparation, what are the steps that we should follow while preparing for sociology as an optional in our mains examination? First but obvious point is completion of the syllabus. This one point, although it appears to be very common, taken for granted, obvious, but it is often skipped. There are aspirants who appear in the mains examination without completing the syllabus, without having a proper understanding of the different topics. Sometimes their preparation is lopsided. They complete only one paper fully and they do not give attention to the other paper, and this affects their mains scores. The next step is, after completion of the syllabus or completion of certain topics of the syllabus, it is advisable to go for answer writing. One can take up answer writing topic wise, section wise, chapter wise, but eventually an aspirant should take FLTs, take these tests either at home under exam conditions or in any institute of their preference. Answer writing is very important in sociology preparation. Many candidates do not give due importance to answer writing. They believe that only completion of the syllabus and revision would yield high marks. But many times, in fact most of the times, they are proven wrong. The final step which helps you in giving your best in sociology is revision with self notes and also including some updates or value addition material. So all in all, a candidate must be proficient in completing the syllabus sincerely, in answer writing practice before the exam, and in revision with self notes. We at the Pher Sociology, we believe in the GRIT approach. What is GRIT? GRIT is an acronym and we will see what it means to a sociology student. The G in GRIT stands for give equal weightage to all topics. If you will see the past few papers, you will understand that UPSC has no favorites. It keeps on bringing in new topics, new developments in those topics which we tend to ignore or neglect. Sometimes we believe that some parts of the syllabus are not so important, therefore we can skip them. But it is a dangerous step. The next point is read the questions carefully. Often on getting the exam paper, we read the question hurriedly and start writing down without understanding the demand of the question. This has proved to be disastrous because in our hurry we have wasted time and we cannot correct it because we get a QA booklet and therefore we cannot have extra space for answer writing. What is done is done. I stands for interrelation between both papers, which is 1 and 2. The examiner does not discriminate between both papers, and sometimes you will find questions related to fundamentals appearing in paper 2 and some paper 2 thinkers in paper 1. Therefore, it is advisable to try to interrelate those topics of the syllabus which are common in both the papers. Similarly, when we go to the last step, which is theories and thinkers, we would understand that sociology has no identity without its thinkers. The thinkers or the sociologists play a significant role in giving a sociological perspective or sociological touch to the views that we present. So, here we see how we have to give equal weightage to the paper 1 thinkers, paper 2 thinkers, the different case studies that we can find, and finally current affairs. If we want to track or keep a note of the current affairs, we can follow any magazine current affairs. They may or may not provide a sociological analysis, but it is our responsibility to ensure that whatever issue that we study is seen from a sociological angle by us. What do we mean when we say read the question carefully? When we say read the question carefully, it means that we should be able to identify the topic from the syllabus, whether it is related to politics, religion, social change, stratification, thinkers, and this would come only with practice. Only with practice you will be able to identify the topic within a fraction of seconds. After that comes highlighting of the keywords and the directives. By directives, we mean words like analyze, comment, examine, critically examine, elaborate, discuss, all these directives and how we should address them. The next major point is the thinker or the perspective around which the question revolves. This is very important so that you do not write the wrong thinker or perspectives pertaining to the question. And finally, you should understand the demand of the question. You should understand the mindset of the examiner, why the question has been asked, and what is expected from you. Initially, you will find that this is the most difficult step. Many times, you will write incorrect answers. Probably you will not understand the demand of the question. But with time, with practice, this will become very easy. When we say that an aspirant needs to interrelate both the papers, it means one should be able to identify the common concepts of papers 1 and 2. One should be able to compare India with other countries, especially the West or the third world countries. And all of this comparison should be noted down in your notebook as tables or charts in a comparative manner. This would help you in quick identification of the thinkers when you are supposed to write any answer. When we say that theories and thinkers are important, in sociology, we are referring to particular thinkers or theories which may or may not be explicitly mentioned in the syllabus. Here, when we see paper 1, in topic 4, thinkers have been mentioned. Critiques you have to add. You should remember at least 2 to 3 critiques for every thinker. Similarly, when you see topics 5 to 10, you will see that theories have been asked. For example, in topic 10, social change, we have theories for development and dependency. So, these theories also have to be understood and have to be revised. Next is paper 2. Here, thinkers mainly are mentioned in sections A and B. Some thinkers like Ambedkar, Gandhi, they are not mentioned explicitly, but because their perspectives have been asked in the previous years, therefore we advise you to study these thinkers. And finally, because sociology is an ever developing, ever growing discipline, there will always be some thinker in news. Probably they have given some kind of near theory. Maybe they have criticized or critiqued pre-existing theory. Or probably there are some upcoming sociologists who have suddenly become very popular. So these are the thinkers that one needs to look out for. Now, because we are preparing for the civils examination, aspirants should be aware of the kind of question paper which is given to them in the mains examination. Here you will see that papers 1 and 2, they have a similar structure. Both have 2 sections and each have 8 questions. Question 1 and question 5, they have 5 parts. Other questions have 3 parts each. Question 1 and question 5, they are compulsory. And one question has to be selected from section A, another from section B, and the final from either of the section. The same pattern is followed in paper 2 also. All in all, 19 questions have to be completed in 3 hours. So this is your target. Now you will ask, how do I manage time? Because I am not used to writing subjective answers, or I have not written answers. What do I do? Firstly, try to understand that writing answers quickly will not come suddenly. It will come with practice. And we believe that you should start writing answers if you have completed your syllabus. At least you should write answers on every topic of the syllabus so that you can identify the topics as well as the demand of the question. Let's assume that you have practiced answer writing, you have entered the exam hall and you have got the question paper. So what do? Firstly, give 5 minutes to choosing questions and then the next 10 minutes to jotting down some keywords that you identify. And then question 1 and 5 you can give 35 minutes each, and then the last 3 questions 30 minutes each. This is an approximate schedule or strategy for time management. You may or may not be able to follow it religiously, but try to do so when you are practicing writing answers in your daily schedule. Try with those questions which we give you, and then you can gradually develop the discipline to write or attempt the questions in an exam hall condition. So what have we learned? What should be a sociology aspirant's strategy? Or what are the deciding factors in sociology? First one is your role. You will need to read fast, read a lot, read regularly, consistently, sincerely, and you will also need to write. You cannot be a passive learner, you have to be an active learner. Secondly, you cannot prepare in isolation. Gone are those times when people used to prepare in isolation and they used to clear this exam, because now the exam has become dynamic. The patterns keep changing, the questions keep changing. Therefore, if you shut yourself, then you are going to miss out on the developments and on the knowledge that is available and that which is necessary for you. So, a mentor, a senior, a faculty, an educator, anyone who is able to clear your doubts, who is able to help you in correcting you, in giving you feedback on your preparation, on your answers, one such person should be available to you. And finally, a peer group. It could be a small group who are sincere aspirants. They will help you learn, and also they will help you keep motivated. They will build your momentum. So, these points are very necessary for you to master sociology. Now you may ask, how are we going to help you, or what is our role in your preparation? We aim for a disciplined and a targeted approach. We assign 2 answers daily from Monday to Friday, so that the aspirant is in the habit of writing answers regularly, so that regular revisions also take place on weekends, and the aspirant is able to complete both the papers by January end. So, it is a 3-month program, and we aim to help you in writing answers on all the topics and subtopics of both papers. But how does SAWP make you mains ready? If you have gone through the previous year's papers, you will find that there is an element of repetition. Themes are repeated. For example, you will find questions on education, on women, on the elderly. So, the mentor helps you in identifying these repeated themes, and questions will be framed accordingly. Why we give 2 questions daily? Because one will be a 10 marker and the next question will be a 20 marker. Both have different word limits. For a 10 marker, you will get 2 pages in the exam hall. For a 20 marker, you will get 3 pages. So, naturally, that means that the content will have to be more here. Many times, aspirants can write a 10-mark question but is unable or does not have enough content for a 20 marker. So, when you are habituated to writing both kinds of questions, you will learn how to expand your knowledge, how to add on value, and how to write the introduction and conclusion differently in both the types of questions. For example, in a 10 marker, the introduction and conclusion would be smaller as compared to a 20 marker. The body would also be smaller. Now, what is the help? Why do we need answer writing? This is because suppose you do not write answer writing or you have not written answers. What happens then? In that situation, you will have to memorize a lot of information. But on the contrary, when you write down unconsciously, the information starts permeating into your brain. Your brain starts absorbing information, and when you start writing in the exam hall, all those information, whatever you have read, it starts coming to you. You start recalling. So writing helps you in active recall of the concepts, the perspectives, the theories that you have studied. It also ensures that your notes are less because you have written a lot. Half of the memorization is already done. So you need less notes to revise, or probably very short notes to revise. At Decipher Sociology, we provide the following, or these are the deliverables. First one is detailed evaluation. Why we have stressed on the word detailed? Because evaluation should include comments on the intro, the body, as well as the conclusion. However good the answer is, an aspirant will not score 100%. There is always a room for improvement. So, we at Decipher Sociology, we make sure that every part of the question is dealt with. We see whether you have met the demand of the question or whether you need to rewrite the answer, whether you have understood the thinker or probably your concepts are not clear. So, in that case, we also have doubt clearance sessions. We help you mainly clear your fundamentals so that you can write answers in a simple language after having understood the thinkers. Revision pointers will also be provided to you. These will be kind of short points which might include majorly the keywords which would help you in the final exam. As mentioned before, thinkers are very important. Therefore, mind maps will be provided to you which would give you a whole picture of the major as well as minor thinkers of the syllabus. Before the exam, you will also receive a current affairs compilation which would help you connect your fundamentals or papers 1 and 2 with current affairs. Regularly, you will have Zoom sessions, and here the focus will be on doubts as well as concepts plus discussions of the answers. This is a snapshot of the kind of mind maps provided by Decipher. You can see how detailed it is, and it will help you revise thinkers in a very short time, especially before the final exam. The schedule of the program, if you can see, for paper 1, we are starting on 4th of November and we plan to complete by 15th of December. These constitute all the 10 topics that we have in paper 1 along with the different subtopics which are given as A, B, C, D. So, everything has been mentioned here so that this schedule will help you in writing answers. Even if you are not able to write answers on that same day itself, it does not matter. try to write it as soon as possible and submit it for evaluation. So here you will see how different topics have been clubbed together. Topics 1 to 3, they are related to the early development in sociology and also the research methods. Topic 4 is important because it deals with founding fathers, and topics 5 to 10 dealing with social structure and change. So all of these are related to fundamentals. Then we come to paper 2. According to the schedule, you will see that we deal with 3 sections: section A, section B and section C. All sections have been addressed, and you will also find subparts of every section. So we ensure that everything is completed by 31st of January 2025. So here section A deals with perspectives of Indian sociologists, section B with social structure of Indian society, section C social changes, and along with this value addition material has to be applied so that your answer is complete. How do I enroll? That would be your next question. Because of Diwali, we have given a certain discount, and also because our Decipher members, they had requested that we should give some kind of discount. So now the fee is 5,000, which has to be paid at a time, and the mode of payment is UPI. The last date for availing this discount is 3rd of November 2024. The program is starting on 4th of November. Enrollments have begun. Students have started joining the program. So we ask you to hurry so that you do not miss out on this program. Our contact ID is on Telegram at Deciphering Sociology. If you want to send us an email, it's decipheringsociology@gmail.com. We wish you a happy journey. May victory be yours. Happy studies and enjoy learning along with answer writing. All the best. Thank you.